Hello Americans and other friends and subscribers around the world. So last time that we did the shake video, how to install cedar shakes or cedar shingles, whatever you want to call them. The difference between a shingle and a shake is a lot thicker than an actual, like a cedar shingle. Some that are chunkier. I mean, some are really chunky, man. I love my cedar shakes. And mainly, I just wanted to get back on here. That last one did not turn out. And let me tell you, the first rule that I learned filming that last one with the shingle shakes is don't point a camera at yourself and start talking and start snapping shingles on, because man, I ended up with a I don't even know what you call it, man. A mess, man. I'd missed a row and did all kinds of things. So I'm gonna go over and show you. This part I'm standing there, we're gonna kind of ignore. This is my whimsical area. But anyway, I'm gonna go over and show you how to, to do a wall. The old school, like the ones that these were tore off of. And if I was doing it as a roof, I'd lay down tar paper and then do the shake over the top of the tar paper just for extra thing. I'm going to put a slat in here, and a lot of the old school stuff, there'd be slat space, then they'd put the tar paper over it, and you just make sure you're hitting on that. I'm probably going to put a piece here. This up here I'm not going to worry about so much. I'll probably put a piece across here, but and I mean, this is just a wood shed, so I'm not, mostly, it's going to keep the water and snow out, but mostly it's to keep the, I don't know, the wind or whatever. I guess keep the snow, the wind, the rain, everything out. It'll do that. I don't know why I was going to say keep just the wind out. Why would I want to keep the wind off my... See, I still don't know what kind of video I'm making here. But anyway, we're going to go, I'm going to run out here and show you my stack of shakes, and then we'll go over the tools that I use. All right, so this is kind of over here in the back 40. And this is my supply of shakes, and there's, it was a big, they all came from a tear off. I know this whistle just or this squeaking makes everybody nuts. This was a pretty big tear off. This was brought in a very large trailer. I got these for free, but they are, and actually old Kim had made a comment, man, them things are expensive. And man, these days, if you go out and try to buy wood shakes new, man, they are extremely expensive. Come here. They are extremely expensive. Sorry about that. Gotta get him out of here. And one of the reasons is, as humans do, we've over-harvested the cedar, man. It takes a long time for cedar trees to grow, and, they're pretty much a protected thing, but something that, and actually, and come here, give me, they, actually in, Troy, Idaho, where over there's actually still a cedar plant. And up and running, man. They got the big old, some good size, man. I don't know if I'd necessarily call them old growth, but some nice cedar. So I mean, there's still obviously people making them. And then in the something they do in the Pacific Northwest is they're called shingle rats, and they actually go out and harvest the, a lot of cedar and stuff floats up on the, on the coast, the Washington, Oregon coast and stuff too, but they go out and find where they went in and logged and find the old cedar stumps and chunks of cedar and all this kind of stuff, and they call them shake rats, and they actually get the stuff, take it back, and they have little little plants or villages or whatever where all these guys, these cedar or shake rats, and they've got those machines, man, that chop them into shingles. So anyway, the best, I've been pretty, always been pretty lucky about finding cedar shakes. When I was down living on the outskirts of the big city down there, I actually found a guy on Craigslist that was a roofer, and he was tearing them off and put an ad on Craigslist, and it was saving him money because he didn't have to pay the dump fees, but he was hauling them home, and he had, you know, a dump trailer and was dumping them out behind his house, and you could come over there and take all you wanted, man. That, man, we hauled truckloads and truckloads there. Used them for other things, man, and the pieces, the leftover pieces, man, are great for kindling, starting fires and everything like that. Anyway, so check, you know, watch your Craigslist, man. If you can find an old building or something like that to tear down, that's definitely the place to score you some shakes, because to go buy, man, I remember you used to be able to buy shakes was cheap, man. It was pretty much a poor man roof, but not anymore. So we're gonna go over here. I'll show you these tools and kind of explain what I got going on. All right, and that the first video, like I said, it wasn't really a do-it-yourself or a how-to video, or you know, it was the plan. Get her here, Kai. Drop it. But as it turned out, it didn't turn out to be quite that. So, man, that dog, he finds everything, man. It's quick. But so it didn't, you know, I kind of ran over it and stuff. Thought I was, this is more the kind of video I was planning on doing when I did that. So I'll go over, man, I kind of mentioned the tools, but we'll go over the tools that I use. You know, and obviously, you know, this is actually one Mean Mother is a real similar to it, but it's actually, you know, a chopped off machete for the U.S. Marine Corps. This is a pretty mean one. My Uncle Earl gave this to me. So that's, and I actually, what I use those for is, you know, you gotta, say you got a wider one or whatever. Try that one. This one, see, here's a better example of, see how the shakes, how much thicker they are. And then I actually got rid a bunch of, well, I'd got him some, one of the barns I turned down had tore down, had a wood shake roof, and they were the thin, man, and the wood shakes, I mean, the wood shingles are more, you know, about this. You know, this right here, this area would be more considered like a wood shingle or a cedar shingle. And I got him a bunch of those. But this, so then, I don't know if you can see it down there. So say you needed, you know, a smaller, just a thin piece, man, I just take it and do the, you know, kind of pop it sometimes. This one's the thicker on the one side, just like that. So then you got the, you know, and you can do that, man, you can go all the way down to whatever, you know, size you want, sliver, whatever. So that's what I use, man. You can use, you know, whatever you want to use. You can even take a knife, you know, and just run your knife in it. They split pretty easy. But I like to use that. Then I talked about my Cinco, my old Cinco staple gun, you know, and that's, but you can use roofing nails, you know, the hand staple, you know, whatever you want to use, you know, man. Other than like finish nail or something like that, they're just going to pull out. So you want something that's got a, you know, either a staple head or a larger round head. And a nail gun would just blow right through them. So then I got that, and then what I didn't do last time too is this stack. You can see the stack right here. You can kind of see it. But that stack right there, I've already went through, and you know, you get them, they got all the staples. Some of them will have tar paper still hooked to it. One cool thing about that load that I got was actually loaded and brought up to me and everything. And the roofers, they just wanted to get rid of it. And if I'd have had another way to get more, they actually did another shake roof. Was wanting me to get the shingles up in McCall, but I just didn't have the time or the means to do it at the time. But they tore off most of the tar paper, because a lot of times, you know, you go out there, man, there's big old chunks of tar paper and stuff. So then you just pull the staples, put them in a different deal. What I did is went through and cleaned all the ones there. All right, so then when you're going to install your deal here, you should dig that out some anyway. I actually do have ground's built up there. Right here's the edge, but I actually do have the framing up on. I actually use flat rocks and stuff for the walls to set the posts and stuff on. So what I do, and the thing about cedar, you know, cedar's just like redwood, you know, it's been very, you know, it takes a long time for it to rot. So on the bottom row on these, to actually protect the wood behind it, I kind of like to dig down in. You know, and I don't know if this is all the right way or the wrong way, but it's my way, so that's how I do it. So, you know, if you do it different, man, that's good. You know what you should do is make sure you got all. Oh, I do have more right here. So, like I said, if you're doing a wall, you know, like the walls on the cook shack over there, I obviously do them. You know, I got the house wrap and actually used some plastic I got from a mill and stuff. You know, it's basically a house wrap behind them. But on the shed, I don't care. I'm actually gonna put a corner piece on here. So we'll just go over here. Because on these edges, you know, to have something to butt up against, I actually need to put a 1x or a whatever I want to put just to butt up against. That way you got your corner, and then I'm gonna end up with this corner that's just open. So I'll just show you here. So on this, that one is a pretty crooked shape. Because I tried it, like right there, see that? I don't know if you can see that, but try to keep the gap so you can't see the wood behind it. You know, man, it's fairly straight. Good. Staple. Just like that, man. And grab another one, and actually that I want to hold back. So then you just come with your next one. Like this one, I'm staggering them. You know, so this one's staggered down. It's amateur filming here, man. I should have Kitty out here doing this. Filming me. Alright. So this one, you see how this one's down farther? This one's up. So then I'm going to go down. I just kind of eyeball it. You know, I am not trying to be all perfect. It's a dang wood shed. So I get that one, hold it there. Staple. That one loose in the center, so 3 staples. So then you come back to the row here. You know, and you can either go across, but I'm going to go dig me out a pile of wood behind here. I'm going to go dig out, like I said, and put a, you know, either a 1x2, whatever I've got, because everything's recycled, so I'll figure out what I got that matches that corner, and I'll put the corner on there so that I can butt up against to it. I'm actually going to grab something just so I can show you what I mean. Alright, so I got this little 1x2. This is obviously the piece not long enough, but this is just to show you. So on this corner, what I'll do is I'll have a piece, you know, a matching piece to this on this side too. And, you know, I'll either go over the top of that, or I'll bring this one this way over the top of this. And then these will actually butt up like this. And then when I come in with that bottom shingle, so then I'll, you know, nail or staple this on here. Actually be out, Father. Be about like that. And then, like I said, then this one will tie into it, which will make this, you know, stationary and good. And then this will be down here, and I'll butt this up against the bottom right here, so you can kind of see how the gap goes. Man, this filming with the shadows and all this crap, you see how it butts up there and makes it pretty nice there. So man, that's how I'm gonna do the corner. It's a little bit better than last video on the shakes. I hope you figured out something, but like I said, man, it's not everything that I film on here is the way you do it. You might think it's not the right way, but it's my way and works for me. So if that helped you, that's good. And if not, then do it your own dang way. So anyway, man, so there's a quick deal on doing a wood shake wall. So good Lord willing and the crooks don't rise. We'll see you again tomorrow.